in towards Ivy. Enemy Doja and Adren. Chris J was just there. Now going to start to fade away. Holds the angle. In comes Adren. Gets a little bit too curious. Curiosity was the thing that killed the cat. This time it kills Adren. Hobbit manages to deal with Rops inside the B bomb site. Rest of the guys rotating on in. The bomb going to be in tow, but right now we have to look to one man to hold down B. That will be Hobbit. Bomb's been able to cross as the shot is missed by Oscar. 2v3 in the retake. Jay does manage to get the return. 1v2. Doja's very far away.
He's going to make it though.
Yeah, he's already started to be hesitant about saving this. Had to check behind as well.
Two Molotovs.
Pushing in.
This is already one for Gambit. There's no chance Chris J's going to win this.
Fakes out the defuse. Line up that first Molotov. Chris J knows this round is too far gone. Looks to try and leave. Sounds like I don't want to let him get away with that one just yet, but there you go. Gambit going to go 6-0 up. Right now, this T side incredibly strong, and as I said, the real issue for Mouz would be this CT side, and it's so important that you kind of hit that 10-5, 9-6 sort of half, and already Gambit have all the rounds they would need to have had a great T side.
Yeah, it's pretty much as we would expect. Cobblestone, of course, very nice play. Mousesports really hit the shots in most of the rounds, and Gambit now on their home map, on train where they decimate opponents and decimated Mousesports not too far ago. And yeah, like the scoreboard just says its own thing, like 6k plus 10k on most of the players money-wise on Gambit, and they're just doing the same thing, the same opening, same flashbang, same smoke, going outside, trying to fake a little bit of an outside push, then taking their default positions. This time around they're going towards Ivy, so maybe going for, unless they rotate towards the B bomb side, going for the two-man Ivy, two-man main, one-man Pop Dog split towards A with smokes. That could be the case. That could be the name of the game. Bomb still dropped above Pop Dog, I would expect, as Mousesports are looking at pistols around the Catalyst 8 OBP of Chris J. Funnily enough, that probably because of the armor, they're not throwing it over to Oscar and letting him play glass cannon. Chris J taking it himself.
Yeah, I mean, Chris J used to be an AWPer, now secondary AWPer on the team. It makes perfect sense. Oscar's going to fall, goes in for the spray transfer, and Adren will land it. Finally, Chris J steps up, but will that be it for him?
B split.
They've already gone in, but Robs is here with a deke to try and keep them away. Somehow no one's killed each other yet, and actually Sunny's rotating around to try and help out. Flicks back and forth with the deke. Doja in the back line solidifies this round. RIP Chris J as he melts in the fire and flames. Gambit 7-0. The buy can now come in from Mouz, but once again, they've got no money.
That's an interesting one, because the two Ivy players actually did not go for the outer push. They actually decided to say, okay, we opened up, we faked a bit towards that A bomb site. Now we're just going to go back. The two players on Ivy, just going to rotate through CT spawn, and we're going to do a B split through CT. And through those two B entry points, upper and lower. Really nice strategy coming out of Gambit. Changing their setup mid-round and going for it, making it work. 7-0, as you said, double up setup. The money is not perfect on Mousesports, but they can buy. They can get this full buy-in. Oscar and Chris J in unison try their best to make this happen. But so far, it's looking tough for them. Behind nothing to 7. And we know how good Gambit are on the CT side as well, so this is a hard situation.
Gambit, they're just sitting pretty, taking this round slowly. It looks like they're going to go ahead and start rotating over towards B as that timer ticks lower and lower. Keep Hobbit over there on the ladder, makes some noise. Sunny's ready and waiting with the utility. Molotov goes in, keeps them away. Oh, oh. Fitch gets a little bit forsaken. It's okay, there's plenty of room. But look at this push, look at this from Chris J, who's worked all the way up behind, doesn't fire off the shot too early. There we go, down goes Mo. Man advantage up, but Fitch, he doesn't care for that. Hobbit claims one more. Man advantage to go the way of Gambit here. They get control of the A bomb site, and the bomb plant can come in. Chris J is rotated all the way down through Ivy. And that's where he looks to try and make a difference. Scans up close, the pop flash comes through. They hear him fade away. Support is there from Rops. Rops finds that first frag. Now we're into the 3-on-3. Timer ticking away, though, and Mouse Sports there, the ones on the clock. Have to move swiftly here. So close, but Adren quicker on the trigger. Oscar able to get the trade. Hobbit in from the heavens, rains down death, but Rops finds it through the wall, spots out Fitch. He's tagged incredibly low, but Fitch wins this 7 HP. And that is Gambit grabbing themselves an 8th round. Going to go 8-0 up. There's still no money for Mouse Sports.
Yeah,
they're going to be able to force buy down, though. The
problem with Chris J making that information play on Ivy is that it's all well and good that he's getting the information, he gets the kill, he opens the round up. But the way that they play the out of bomb site, when he's not there, leaves the man on bomb site, I think it was Stiko, completely open from 2 different angles. So if Chris J pushes in and doesn't get information before he gets that kill, that allows the Terrors to actually get a lot of map control, and they can just go straight for the peak and take over the bomb site and win that, let's say, 3v1 before someone can rotate in. And that's a big gamble going for that information play. Sometimes it works out. This time, he gets the kill, he gets the information, but the push just happens and the round doesn't go their way, and it's a risky one. Fitch opens up, though. Individual aim coming in there, and Sonny answers back. Mo's a bit pushed back as well. Sees at 75 in hand, and he'll be taken out by Sonny pushing, and with his MP9, switches it up, drops it over to Oscar. And now this is a 4v3 situation with an MP9 and an AWP on this CT side. Doja has to step up.
Look at this, Hobbit's playing it perfectly. He spotted Rops. Timing here can actually...
Oh, Rops, that's lucky.
Yeah, Rops just going to elude him, so now Hobbit has decided he wanted this kill. Who's going to get it first, Doja or Hobbit? Place your bets. Of course, you do that over at Betway. Rops is hiding here. Doja picks it up. Sorry, Hobbit. I know you had your eyes on him for a while, but... Doja pounds first, so there we go. It's all on Oscar, 1v3. Not looking good. Going to try and hold on to the AWP for the next round, but that's Gambit 9-0. This is a complete and utter slaughter of Mouz right now.
This is a very different Mouz team than what we saw in Cobblestone, and that's just something you have to face as a new team. Sometimes when you play a great team on their map choice and you don't have a lot of practice on it, you're just not going to be able to get anything done, and that's how it is sometimes. Gambit, Stella on train, showing it once again here. Oscar has some kind of idea. His spider sense is tingling. Takes down Hobbit. Doja and Adren will survive with their AKs. Actually, as I say that, he takes out Doja. And 9-0. And money's still strong on the Gambit side. We do see Fitch buying down to 2-6 and No buying down to 4-2, but Doja and Hobbit on 10k. And the same as Adren. Timeout being called for Mouse Sports, and at this point I would probably... I wouldn't really know what to say, because there's not really a lot they can do. They don't have... I don't assume they have a lot prepared for the CT side. And they're just getting tactically outplayed and individually outplayed. And what can you say as a coach and as an in-game leader to counter that?
It's kind of what we expected from Mouz. Yeah. I doubt they're going to try and switch things up, but if this does just become a grueling loss, at least, you know, sometimes that's better than like a game that's really close that you just lose out on, you know. They can just write this off as like a, you know, great map for Gambit. We don't play this map that much, and we haven't really prepared for it. And then, you know, look forward to Inferno. Whereas if this was like, you know, triple OT, and they just lose out, they put all their energy into it, really tried, that can sometimes be just as bad. But still, you know, it's never easy being 9-0 down. Right now, you can't imagine they're feeling too fantastic over this one. Here we go. Here's the change of pace out from Gambit. This time, Rops able to find that first frag over at B. Adren, rubbing shoulders with the man in the smoke. He's going to go ahead and stick on and buy. That's Chris J. He's completely bypassed Adren. Adren's been aligned in the back line, and now there's a breakdown in information. Sticko thinks it's clear, and somehow he's missing all the targets. Oscar's there. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Whoop, there we go. Oscar's gone down. How the hell was he there? There's going to be a bit of a fight within the team, because somehow the elusive Adren has worked his way into the backline. Rops has now got to look out for this Phantom that works his way in from behind. Like a shadow in amongst the mist. He is going to fall. Adren in with a second. And now it is just Sticko and Chris J left. Going to make the right call. Go ahead and save.
That play from Adren, as you say, like that demolishes team spirit. It makes it hard to come back into a game and say, okay, let's get back, let's get the next round, boys. If you're just in a situation where You were just knifed holding a completely different angle, and no one has spotted the terrorist. You just was able to put a blade between your shoulder blades.
I mean, I can't imagine there's that much of the let's win the next round guys left in Mouse Sports at this point.
Well, it's only 9-0, but
10
to nothing, but still, doesn't really matter if it's 9 or 10, to be honest. Yeah, it's, of course, as a team and as a CS player on this level, you always know that the possibility of a comeback is real, but it's very hard to motivate yourself when you're just being outplayed and out-knifed, like in this situation, to kind of motivate yourself to get back into the big game and say, hey, guys, come on, let's win the next round, we got this. That's something that actually they were talking about on the desk yesterday, that Khan back in 1.6 was one of the masters of the propaganda, even though that his team was actually behind, he would say, yeah, we got this, boys, we're in the advantage. I would like to see someone try and tell the Mouse Sports players that they are in the advantage right now. They can easily take this, because that would be next level propaganda if they would believe that.
I think that's just called lying at that point.
Yeah, propaganda technically is lying.
Here we go, Oscar. Opens up with one. Nope, look at how Adren's fallen. He's ready for Doja, but right now the man advantage is going to go the way of Mouse. In comes the peak. Oscar actually going to be in with a second. But missed.
Almost got it.
Gambit, they've got 3 players left alive. That's no easy feat, but then down goes Rops inside a B, and that's the catalyst in this round. Bomb isn't even rotating in yet. Instead, we're just going to see the 2 players try to take control of Ivy. Could be a bit of an oversight. They have to go back for that bomb, but at the same time, they could get control of A as these rotates come in towards the B bomb site. 2 players here now for Mouse, and Hobbit's been so good at grabbing control of B. Tico's holding off connector. Oscar's clearing out all the angles, but it's Chris J who's gone aggressive that could make all the difference in this round. They have to pick up that bomb, and Chris J single-handedly could deny this entire play. Look at this. Oscar's walked right by Hobbit as well. It's madness inside of B. He hasn't spotted him, believes the site could well and truly be clear. Mo has to be wary. He knows that Hobbit could have let one slip by, but he's not ready. That's the bomb dropped, and with so little time, Hobbit left in a 1v4. Turns into the 1v3, 15 seconds. Not too optimistic for him here as Chris J and Oscar both wait on that bomb. So he will be falling, and there we go. The 16-0 dream has gone.
Isn't it ironic that we talk about how it's very hard for anyone to motivate Mouse Sports to, come on, let's get the next round, and then they actually do get the next round. Mouse Sports finally on the scoreboard. Double op setup once again. Oscar and Chris J looking to at least string something to this one round and perhaps even get the remaining 4. Let's remember, last time these 2 teams played at DreamHack Masters Malmö was on train as well. And that was 16-6 for Gambit, so technically, as Mouse Sports, you're looking to improve on that, but with the start that Gambit has had, I think it's hard for them to even reach 6 rounds. Let's see what Gambit has up their sleeve. Right now, setting up for smokes outside. As we're looking at the A split for the terrorists.
Chris J now to pick up this first frag, holds down the angle, and this could be a bit of a turning point, but Fitch, he's completely against. Oh, Chris J,
no.
Please, not like this. Fire will hurt you, my friend. Rops tries to step up, but now it all falls onto Sticko. 1v2. He's been the serial underperformer for Mouse Sports in this matchup. Currently bottom of the board. How many frags has he got? Risk bring that one up.
He has 1.
1 to 11. So right now, we're going to need him to triple his kills to secure this round. He's sneaking in from the back lines. Aggression going to come in from Hobbit and Adren. The perfect way to counteract this play from Sticko.
2 flashbangs in a kit. It is possible if he gets that first kill on Adren, spots him out. Definitely doable, this one.
He's started to tag him down 34 HP. Oh, stayed up there just a second longer, Adren. Playing it around on the ladder time, taken away, has to move quickly here. Baits out the defuse, Pete comes in from Hobbit, takes the first. Sticko could step up when they need him to. And Adren rounding the train will say no. Sticko tries his very best, but sometimes that is just not enough. It's going to be Gambit in with their 11th. Look at this from Fitch. That was masterful. Masterful with the AK-47.
And this is gut-wrenching for Mouse Sports. You finally think you're back in the game. You win that one round. You get something going. You get some momentum, and you just slam back into the ground in a 1v1. And a 1v1 that was, in the end, actually doable. 1v2. Got the first flag. Bomb was taken away, yes, but Didn't happen in the end. And now they're going for the mixed buy because the economy is screwed up by the fact that they lost the loss bonus. So they only had the individual reserves. I have 2 players on pistols, 2 players on rifles, if you call the FAMASA rifle, which you technically could. And then Oscar on a glass cannon orb on this CT side. Gambit, of course, as usual, 4 AKs, full setup, or AWP and Mouz, so it's definitely looking like a Gambit round once again.
Gambit just playing the same default, 2 players down towards Ivy, taking it very slow. Pushing on through, smoke goes off to block off the CT side. Oscar's just waiting on the other side of that, but he's not anticipated the push through from Doja, because why would you? He now turns his attention back away, gonna peek into it, his spidey senses tingling, and Oscar picks that frag up. Doja goes down, now the push from Chris J. Could be massive, Sunny able to take 1 down in Pop Dog. Finds the first, goes in for more, boom, down goes the second. Mouz falling as well, Hobbit left in a 1v4. Sticko, has to push around. That shot from Oscar gets his attention. He's going to push through the smoke, shot in the back. Sticko slips that knife in, and Mouse Sports, they're going to go 2
Boost
to
your
11.
CSGO skins on onlyboost.com.
Not the ideal half just yet, but we're starting to see some confidence back for the Mouse Sports
It's better than nothing.
boys.
It's better than nothing. So 2 to 11 right now. Have the money for the double up setup. Get some utility behind it. Get some weapons on everyone. Give themselves a fighting chance in this one to bring it home in round number 14. Obviously need the last 2 here to have any kind of chance. If it goes 13 to 12 for Gambit, I would pretty much say it's done after the pistol round. If they bring 4 home for this first half, there's still a chance. Inside push looks to be the name of the game for Gambit. Robs comes in to greet them. Oscar with 1 as well. And the combination doesn't really work out. 2 for 2 trade.
And now, on the back of this, Gambit going to go charging into the B-bomb site. Mouse Sports desperately trying to retake in the 3-on-3. Some aggression going to come on through from Adren. Smokes off in connector. Sonny has fallen. A flash from Chris J didn't go anywhere. And he's really going to start to fade away and save Sticko. Bad timing. As that, he falls there. It is all eyes on Chris J, who's currently running over towards Ivy, looking to try and hold onto the AWP into the last round of the half. And Risk, you know, you're Danish. You're from one of the happiest countries on earth.
Yeah.
That's actually true, by the way. I think it's like top.
Yeah,
it's
Norway,
like top 5.
Norway beat this year, so
Yeah.
we're kind of salty about that.
So you know, you guys, you're pretty happy. What's the outlook here for Mouz? How do you think they're feeling? What? You know, can you give me some positivity? Because right now, I mean, to be fair, as I said, I doubt they're really too concerned with the score right now, in the sense of they kind of figured it would be a slaughter.
Yeah.
And it is. So do you think they're just going to be looking forward to Inferno? Because I still think they can win this out 2-1.
I think
That shows that I have faith, you know.
Yeah, I think you're right in that sense. And as a professional team, you always have to take it like that. You always have to believe in your own ability to take this one back and come back into a game. When it's at a point like this where you know you're playing a map that you don't like and you know your opponent are really good, it's of course understandable that you're going to expect not to get a win out of it. But you have to always believe that you can come back in map number 3. And I wouldn't say that Mouthboards is any different from any other team in the world in that sense. So of course they believe they can come back and win this. If they didn't, then the game would technically already be over. Because if you doubt in yourself, you're going to lose.
Well, let's see anyway, in towards the side. Rops. Doubt or no doubt, that would not have saved him there. Bullet to the face. Then it's Oscar to step up. Takes himself 2. In the site, keeps things even. But Fitch, he's been the man to step up. Sticko does manage to shut him down. Bomb plant does come in, but Hobbit's holding the close angle. And Sonny's ready and waiting for this one. So Hobbit is going to fall. And Sports looking to try and secure this last round of the half. And right now, it's the shooting gallery for Mo. Darting around. The site flash is over. Sonny's going to fall. And now it is just Sticko once again. 1v1. Trying to clutch this out. Double view of the same perspective to intensify this clutch. And Defuse comes in. Sticko going to be sticking that one. Fully blind. Knife trying to spread butter on the man, but somehow Mouse Sports does it. And there we go. Could not slice through him in time. Mouse Sports, they will get a third.
3 HP on Sticko there. Inches away from being taken out. And that's that's gutting from Mo, just asking HP. He just gets a 3 back. 12-3 though. Mousesports, if they win the pistol, they can still mount a comeback in this one, but obviously at this point probably looking forward to the third map. Stiko only on 4 frags, and Stiko is one of these players that I have a huge amount of respect for, so seeing him in this kind of situation of course makes me a bit sad. His individual level is far above what he's showing right now. Pistol round coming in. Let's see, what do Mousesports have up their sleeve? This is the side that they've been best on so far in this tournament, the T side. This is where they have been good at utilizing what they have. Fast plays, focused on the aim. Oscar with the deagle now.
To try and make a difference, be that linchpin, but he will falter, and in the blink of an eye, it's all eyes on Fitch.
This is not a bad 1v4 in that sense that low HP on 2 other players. Sonny on 44 as well, and Rob's on 60. So if he takes out Rob's here, it could be doable. Let's see, Fitch. 85 and no kit. So he has to push in now. There's no time to wait. Takes another one, but that's the end of it. Robs with 7 HP and Chris J with 30 will be allowed to survive. Mousesports picking up the pistol. And they have yet another life here. Yet another chance to come back into the game. But it's going to be a hard one. It would be insane to see them come back into the game now and take a win here. Gambit on the other side of things. Mo actually investing in a CZ 75, buying down to $1,000.
I mean, the one way that you can look at this, right, is that on the T side at least you can rely more on the individual kind of entries of your team. And just go with, like, you know, a nice default setup, try and line up some smokes, some flashes, something flashy to allow players like Oscar and Robson, including Sonny, to open up out towards A, walks into the firing line, and now, oh, already lost the man. Holding it close. Here's going to be Fitch. Behind E-Box, eats that nade, and then Chris J finishes him off. They're able to get one, working his way into the back line. Look at this, it's Mo. Oh. Oh, there you go, dead. Chris J does manage to find him. Chris J is continuing this reign of terror. Taps away. Good night to Hobbit, and Adren will follow. Mousesports, they're in with a 5th. You know, they are going to be able to pull it back to a 6-12 scoreline, unless we see Gambit go for the buy now, which...
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. The reason they saved in the last round is because
they want... Could be a crazy new strat.
Yeah, they want full utility on the first buy round. And maybe, or possibly, they want to put an AWP in the hands of Mo. That's why Fitch is on 4K. But I actually like the choice of going almost bare bones pistol in the 2 first ones, because if you lose the pistol at CT, so a lot of teams do force the secondary pistol and then maybe do 5-7 armor and see what they can do. But I like having full utility on that first CT round. You can do so much more with Stiko's just tapping away right now. There's nothing they can do in this round. But as round number 18 comes to a hold, then we move on to round number 19. This is where Gambit comes in. All bought by Fitch, thrown over to Mo. And utility being purchased. Actually double up setup, so that's the kind of idea there. Not just utility, they want the double up setup. And that could be one of the first nails in the coffins here, if Gambit grabs this round and they're able to take 2 AWPs out of it as well and into the next one. Oscar's still on the scout, so he's not really going to be able to challenge much. As Mousesports do set up for an outer push. Mo with the first one. Oscar goes down, as I said, Scout not really able to do anything against Mo in that situation. Robson, Sonny both low HP as well. Taken out there by Fitch. Aggressive position. Sonny comes back in with 1 though. Adren bounces in with 1. 4v2. Make that 4v1. As Chris J stands all on his lonesome to battle all these counter-terrorists, and it's not looking light for him. He does tap away and get Mo though. 1v2, no. This is possible.
I mean, they've started to rile up the beast. He's now backed into a corner. Has the bomb on his back as well. Hobbit going to be holding this one. He's got 11 HP. It is going to be tricky as he waits to see if Gambit try to overextend here, try and force the issue and make their way in. Just going to be playing it safe right now. Waiting. Biding his time. And of course, they're not going to give him any aggression. They have this crossfire set up, Doja and Hobbit.
Yeah. They know exactly where he is.
Locking down the angles, there's no way he can be there. Have him trapped, and Hobbit lines it up, only sees a pixel of it, finds the frag, and that is going to be Gambit in with their 13th. The buy can come back in for Mouz. Comeback still possible, albeit unlikely. With a buy behind them, the AWP up for Oscar. He might be able to make some magic happen.
Still going to be able to scrap together force buy in the next round if they lose this one, Mousesports. But after that, it's going to be done. Gambit, UMP 45, and Fitch and Doja with the Famasa, not the perfect CT buy, but they opted to go utility over firepower. A choice that a tactically structured team will always make, and that's why Gambit are making it. Mousesports split out into their default, making sure that no CTs can push and get too much going. Hobbit is tried to push Ivy, but was a bit afraid of any tease, and that's correct. Fitch holding down the pop dog. As Mousesports are yet to move into CT areas of the map. We're about to see a pop dog play here. Flashbangs and smokes towards an A-bomb site. Split A coming in, maybe. Let's have a look.
Boost your CSGO skins on onlyboost.com.
Oh, dear, get out of there, guys, run! Mousesports, their whole offensive has been torn limb from limb. Rop's gonna go out and burn in the flames. That was not the start they were after. Sticko tagged away. The rest of the guys from Mousesports trying to push out towards A. It's utter confusion as they start to push on in. There is a man over in Old Hell. It's going to be a Dren holding the close angle. Hasn't been spotted just yet, and Oscar's quick on the trigger. Does find him, but Hobbit tries to turn the tide of battle. Sonny works against him though, 2-on-2. The rotate only just starting to peel on round from Doja. And actually, Sonny's posted up brilliantly to shut this down. And if he falls, which he will, Mo now 1v2, AWP in hand. Probably not even going to bother going for this one.
Yeah, let's see here. He does have the kit though, so plenty of time. But unless he goes into A main and gets that opening peak as quick as possible, there's going to be no chance. He's realizing that now, deciding to save his AWP. And kit and armor, bring that into the next round. So they're probably going to play either force around it or just Catalyst AWP on either of the bomb sites. And Mousesports kind of allowed back into this game here. 6 will become 7. And all of a sudden, this is not looking impossible anymore. It looked impossible when they were behind with what is nothing to 8 in the beginning of this game, but now battling back. 4 rounds out of the last 5.
Yeah, I mean, this was a 12-3 half. When you look at the money for Gambit into this one, they force Sport down, and that could come back to punish them. You're going to be looking at Mo to step up massively. If he doesn't, Mousesports, they've effectively been afforded a 9-13 scoreline if they win this next round, and then the round where Gambit have a broken economy. So it's going to be a fast round already. Fitch hits the deck, Sonny opens up. And now the MP9 over here on a drain, going to be playing things a little bit more aggressive than the rest of his team. MP9 devastating at close range as these guys are about to find out, but no! Oscar's even more dangerous. Up on top of the drain, darting around. Is going to be Hobby. He has himself that CZ in hand, does spot out one. And Oscar able to pick that up. Now you're going to be looking at Doja, holding close over here towards Pop. Actually, Sonny's been allowed to wall some by. Sticko flicks onto him, but Doja does manage to find it. Rops gets the trade. And it's all eyes on Mo once again. 1v4. Just going to look to try and save the AWP. If he can, a couple of frags could come his way, and then we might see him go for this. Finds that first. The trade isn't going to be there immediately from Chris J. Timing doesn't allow that frag to be picked up, so actually, Mo's allowed to retreat into the relative safety of CT spawn. Rops is on the hunt. Going to be coming his way. There's Mo. Holds the angle, actually now starts to look away. The timing, I was going to say couldn't be worse, but there we go. Going to fall regardless. And that's Mousesports now, and with 8, a real shot at fielding this comeback on the T side.
And making it happen, just taking it round by round. And that's the mindset you're gonna have in a situation like this. You're just gonna, okay, we won this round. Don't think too much about the big picture in this one. Just focus on the next round, see if you can get a goal, see if you can get some momentum rolling, string a few rounds together, and then take it from there. And that's what they've done so far. Ropz was very impressive on map 1, still sitting on 11 to 16, but luckily for the team, Stuko has bounced back. He's now on 5 frags. Sonny has been so good. Almost stunning, one would say. Coming in and making entries, making stuff happen towards this A bomb site. Gets 3 before being taken out. Hobbit and Fitch all alone in this full eco from Gambit. So Mousesports will be allowed on 9 as well, as you mentioned before. Being allowed on this 9 to 13 scoreline before buy can come in from Gambit once again. Fitch actually picks up an AK-47, so he's probably going to save that. While Hobbit on the hunt for exit frags.
Who knows, maybe it's Mousesports breaking the curse of choking in these games, and now Gambit, they're the ones to inherit it next. As let's not forget, this was 10-0 at one point in time in favor of Gambit. It was a, what, 12-3 half, a 10-0 scoreline at one point when Gambit were on their T side. And now, since switching onto the CT side, Mousesports have had a resurgence. 9-13, 4 rounds separating these two teams. And when I said that I thought Mousesports were going to struggle on the CT side, that they might have more success on their T side, I didn't think it would be this clean cut. It is night and day right now.
Yes, definitely. That's just how it is. That's how Mousesports are right now. Early days in their period with this new team, but we can see the potential when we see their T sides. We can definitely see the potential of a team that could go further than their Mousesports lineup before, because they have these individual qualities. We've seen Sonny so far on the T side just wrecking faces. We saw Ropz in the last map as well, along with Oscar, which we've seen a lot of in this tournament as well. Like the 3 superstars of this team definitely doing work, and we can see them getting closer and closer to a situation where they look like they want to as a team. So far the T side's on point, it's the CTs they are struggling with, but right now setting up towards a B push. 2 CT players are there. It's going to be up to a Dren and Doja to stop the incoming terrorist whenever the push comes.
Going to be coming on in, flashes rain through. First man in the site is Doja, does find the first. The Dren tries to chime in with one, which he will be afforded. Now falls back, waits for the rest of his team to rotate on in. The bomb plant going to come through for Mouz here, and Ropz is tapping away. Turns it into the 3-on-3. The smoke is down, and now he's allowed to retreat into the safety of Halls, holding it close on the site. That's going to be Sticko and Oscar, and Oscar's able to find that first frag out on a Hobbit. Now just the Dren and Fitch. All that remains, the Dren going to fall. Fitch left in a 1v3, does find one, but Oscar finishes. And Risk, I saw a couple of people saying, people were making audacious quotes saying, you know, if Mousesports come back from this, I will. And then just like insert ridiculous thing here. And I want every single one of you to live up to that.
OP shall always deliver, Harry.
I saw someone said, you know, they'd fly to Germany just to slap Mousesports. They're in Greece right now, but I don't think it's that expensive to get here.
You can come join us. They can stay on our couch for a couple of days, no worries.
Bigger room than I've got, so it's all good. Right. Here we go. Nades raining in towards A main. Up on top of the train. It's actually Sonny to open things up. Goes in with 2, and Ropz Sonny makes it 3. Never mind, Ropz gonna get 1 more. Mousesports, they're 11-13 right now.
Actually, one thing that I forgot to point out in the round before this, which is, of course, just an eco bash, but the way that they played their post-plant situation from Mousesports there was so good. That was an example of a team that knows exactly what to do in a post-plant situation. That's not something I expect from a team that's had, what, a week of practice. It looked perfect. And that's very important that they already now can construct these post-plant situations and know exactly when to peak and how to time things with each other. Very nice to see. Full buy from both teams right now. Double up setup on that CT side. This could be the round that changes everything. Let's see how it plays out.
This is pivotal here for Gambit. Already out through Ivy. It's Chris J in with 2. Good night to Hobbit and a Dren. Mo does manage to get the trade. Now he's got to really try and carry his team through this one. Throw a spanner in the works. And he won't get it done. Sonny finds the head. Doja does manage to take 1. So we head into the 2-on-3. Bomb plan hasn't come in just yet, and Doja looks to try and catch them off guard with the aggression. Rops is within the boundaries of the site, trying to get that bomb down. Molly Molotoved off, takes the peek in. Oscar misses the shot. Doja tries to turn things around, but Sunny and Rops, the two star players for Mouz right now, they managed to clutch that out there at the end. They're looking absolutely fantastic. And Mouz, they brought us back to 12 to 13. There's very little money here for Gambit to invest. They're going to be force buying down what they can. Mouz, they are about to take the lead on a train.
It's so fun to see a team that on the T side plays so spectacular, but also every single time they have a player to step up on that T side. Last time around, it was Robs getting entries left, right, and center. This time around, it's Sunny just going in every single time on that A-bomb side, and guaranteed he's going to get you at least one frag, multiple. And here we go once again, Sunny getting the entry onto Fitch, making things work. And a little bit of a boost employed. Robs will get another one. Oscar with another frag, and Doja goes down as well. Adren, last man standing. This could be the perfect round coming in, but Adren says no. He's not going to get anything more done as we go back into the game. 13 to 13, Harry. Mousesports are about to do this.
I mean, yeah, that round was just too violent to even show on the stream. That was a slaughter from Mouz. The pause, it's called in. Gambit, they're the ones to take it. It's a tactical pause, as you would imagine. It took them a while to use this, and you know, I'm really not a fan. They're like 13-13. Okay, no, maybe there is a problem.
I've been saying this for a long while, like, if you have all these pauses at your disposal, make sure that by the end of the game you have used them all. Even though if it's not just for like working a tactic out or something, just to take a breather, just make sure that you can use all these different tools you have at your disposal as a team to guarantee yourself the best chance of winning the game. And sometimes it is just taking a tactical timeout to take a breather and get your pulse down for a bit and focus up again. 13 to 13 now. Gambit, they're not going to have a big chance in this one. I don't suspect they're going to buy into this. They're probably going to buy it down to around 2K, 2.2K. CSET 75s are employed.
Just look at Sunny.
Setup.
30 kills.
No, he doesn't care. He just runs in and kills people every single time. The same smoke almost every single round, unless he goes into Pop Dog and gets smoked out by his teammates. Then he goes into A main. He peeks out. He gets a kill.
Chance for it to pad some stats here. Adren can open up with one, but now the rest of the gang for Mousesports start to hold up. They've lost a man early. That was Rops. He has been fairly essential in some of these. Hobbit's rotated in towards Pop Dog. Fitch is holding aggressively.
They actually adjusted outside. They're not really peeking as aggressively anymore. Gambit, they know that Sunny can come out at any point and just take their heads off. So they're playing and using the trains as cover. Playing close to the walls, but he doesn't care. Hobbit edges out, tries to go for information, gets shot down by Sunny, and now trying to block Fitch out with the Molotov. It was a bit too much to the left, but very hard to throw from this angle. Still 4v3 only pistols for Gambit. This is a hard one. Mousesports could bring themselves on 14 right now.
Remaining 3 players for Gambit all out here on A. Now they're all down in the grave. Doja does manage to get one, but Oscar finishes things off. Mousesports, they take the lead in a matchup that they were 10-0 down at one point in time. It was a 12-3 half. And since then, Mousesports, they pulled it back to a 14-13 scoreline. Gambit have got a single round on their CT side. And look at them right now. Their journey here has almost come to a crushing end. The Gambit train has derailed. And right now, Mousesports, they're the ones in the driving seat. How are they going to conduct themselves in this one as they make their way over here to B? They go rushing on through. One man's there to try and greet them, but he's going to fall. It's Adren, the first man down. Now the rest of Mouz, quick to capitalize, go charging in towards B. The players rotating in through connector. It's going to be Fitch and Doja. Make that just Doja left, Fitch left standing. Does manage to get one on Oscar. The rest of the guys from Mouz take the aggression. Rops is quick. Stiko finishes things up, and now it is just Mo left. 1v3. Doesn't suspect Sunny in the back line, because why would you? And Mousesports, they're at match point. They broke the curse in the last map when they finally won one out. And now they've passed that on to Gambit, who are now the brand new kings of choking, apparently.
It's so hard for Gambit because they stack outside that round. They stack 4 players outside. And what do Mousesports do? They, of course, pull 2 straight players off inside, kills the first guy, just go and take map control over the side, and catches Gambit and forces them to do this terrible rotation that does not work out, allows Mousesports to get into even better positions, better angles, so they can win those individual 1v1s at different places all over the map. Money on Mousesports is absolutely ridiculous right now. Most of the players are sitting at 16k or around 15k after buy. Gambit on the other side of things have nothing in their bank pretty much. They have money to buy like FAMASas with some utility, UMP 45s with some utility, M4 with a single flashbang, or just Swag 7 or Max 7 as we see Adren picking up. This could be Mousesports 2-0ing Gambit. And no one was right. No one was correct. Not even you, but you were pretty close.
I don't think you can... I mean, the actual just predicting the number is pretty random anyway. Predicting anything is pretty random. There's always that element.
But yeah, no one could have predicted this, let's be real. 2-0 for Mousesports over Gambit.
Anyway, look, this round, the pivotal round, Gambit, they force ball down what they can. It's a broken buy. Broken much like the players on this roster. I mean, it was a team that was in such a commanding lead, 10-0 at one point in time, now 12-3, somehow transferred to the brink of defeat. Oscar, this time he's been tagged away. Damage done early on, the nade doesn't quite finish him, but Mo, he's there to open things up. That scout does damage. Sonny, the catalyst player for Mouz has fallen, and Mo, he's woken up. They've stirred the beast, and now he is awoken from his domain. Opens this round up with 2. Oscar and Sonny, they've gone down. And they've been the key players for Mouz in these rounds. It's been spotted. Doesn't lead to anything, though.
Mo has also picked up the orb. And now with 2 frags on his side. With that AWP, with that sniper rifle, he's doing quite well. Rob Steaker and Chris J to win this one for Mousesports. Setting up smokes right now for that A split. See if it's going to work. Dropping down and Pop Dog right now. Steaker picks up the first one.
Yeah, fully blind. He's able to find Adren. That's the gap closing. They go to push out. Mouz here with the AWP, but he misses the opener, and that's uncharacteristic. Doesn't miss the second time around. Rops tries to return, but Mo, he's throwing down the gauntlet. Goes in for one more. Chris J does return. Bomb plant looks to come through. There's players all around. Doja nearly misses that one. Chris J is going to fall, and now we're at the 14-15 mark. The buy comes in for both teams, and actually looks like the buy for Mousesports, despite losing that round, going to be better than that of Gambit as they scrape together what they can. The defining moments of this map come down to this. Will we be seeing overtime? Or will Mousesports win out the series 2-0? Clearly they think that it lies in the double up setup for T-side.
This is risky, but I like it. Takes a lot of confidence to go for double up setup on T-side. I know it's Train and AWP heavy, but double up setup on T-side in the last round of regular time. Oscar and Chris J have to step it up. Chris J already taken out to 4 HP. Sonny is probably the one I'm looking at right now. He has been the star player for Mousesports in this map. Robs was in the last one. Now he needs to finalize it. End this game. If not, Gambit, it's going to take us to OT.
Fetch is pushed up. The peek about to come on in. Sonny nearly catches that one. Molotov forces him forward. Fitch has been spotted, but he wins the duel, and that could be the pivotal moment here for Gambit. They've managed to take the first. The rest of the guys are now positioned over here towards B, with the exception of Chris J, who's tagged incredibly low. He's trying to come in from behind. The rest of the team have to win these duels. Sticko opens up, but within the sight, it's Doja. He's going to miss the initial peak. Rops round from behind. Damage being done. Chris J and Rops between them lock things down. It's all on Fitch. 1v4. Does find the first, still has more left to find. Chris J's isolated from this, and Oscar will find the frag. That's going to be Mousesports 16-14. They win this out 2-0. That was a sensational series. Look at it, they have to be happy with that one. They managed to pull it back. Just one more time to reiterate, by the way, nice pink shorts. 10-0 down at one point in time, Mousesports. And then they managed to pull it back 16-14. That was absolutely sensational from them.
Yeah, it's Sonny the catalyst here on Train, it has to be said. 33-23 for him. Every single time he tried to open up towards that A-bomb side, he got the entry. And that's something you just need from one of your star players, to have the confidence in that they can just go out and get the entry, get what you want. Gambit have to be gutted here. Like 14-16 on 2 maps. That's not what they want, obviously. They know that they have individual and team level that's better than that, and they're going to come back strong in the next tournament. It's going to be Mousesports to take it to the semis.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm really excited to see them play. That was fantastic from them. Now, ultimately, I was the only one who's right. So, as always, that. Well, half right, like 80%.
Well, okay, then, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it to the analysts to kind of go over the game and find out who was right over there, because I don't remember anyone saying the Mousesports had a chance.
That's a good point, yeah. No one did say Mousesports because, well, frankly, Gambit were the favourites heading into that one. The betting said it was Gambit. Luke said it was Gambit. You guys said it was Gambit. Don't think we had any arguments over who it was going to be. That's a surprise result if ever we saw one. 2-0, Duncan, to Mousesports.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what was bizarre about this game was Gambit still had some good T-sides. They still had some great executions. Obviously, we had some individual performances of Mousesports were very impressive. Obviously, Rob's on the first map. But I think when you look at this series, what was bizarre was Gambit's the team with the core that's been together a while, that in theory have, like, very intelligent players, but they were making a lot of weird mistakes on the CT rounds. That was actually, I think, what ultimately cost them. There's a couple, obviously, on the last map, but there was one very memorable one I remember on the first map, where there was a few seconds left on the clock, and he bizarrely just peeked out in a 1v1 instead of making the terrorists come to him. So, yeah, a few really kind of, I would say uncharacteristic or just poor decisions, and then credit to Mouse for take advantage of those.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the first half, we were sat there 8-0, 9-0, thinking, wow, this is going to be a fast game for Gambit. Mousesports look all over the place right now.
You shouldn't be able to lose with that many T rounds.
Right? I mean, that's the point is this, isn't it? A team like Gambit, who are strong on this map, shouldn't be throwing away matches like this.
I came inside back to the green room at 10-0. I said, like, hopefully they just don't waste 30 minutes getting to the 16th round now. Just close it and get to the third map, and then this happens. I mean, this was obviously a very poor second half by Gambit. You get 12 rounds on the T side of train, you're supposed to win that game.
Sure. But credit to Mousesports as well, because I think we've done this
Boost
a lot.
your CSGO skins on onlyboost.com.
Because they've been pulled, but credit where credit's due. That's a great half from Mousesports.
I would
to
put it
bounce
this way,
back.
okay. The good thing here is it's not like Gambit was terrible and like, oh, Malmo was just a flip. No, they played well here. They could have won 2-0 here.
Yep.
They played well. They played up to the standard we expect generally. And then Mouse, yes, it was all individual again because there's not a whole lot in the team yet. But they were able to outperform them and win a 2-0 series against a team that has got some very quality players in it.
Yeah, two tight matches, admittedly, so I guess Gambit don't get too upset, but this was a good opportunity to go far.
No, and I mean, they definitely should have, based on whatever we know about their team, should have been able to win this match. I mean, they beat Mouse easily last week, and they just looked much better yesterday, frankly. I mean, they took SK to their very edge.
Yeah.
And frankly, should have won that game probably. SK came through in the clutch. Just one good thing that I'll say for Mousesports is they had a very good T-Race side on train on the earlier game as well. So it's not like they just came out of nowhere and last time they dominated SC2, so maybe that's just a very good half for them.
I would also say, I think the way that they won is very promising, and as much as in the Cobble game, Oscar was actually almost non-existent. I mean, I remember one point it was close to the end of the game, Ropes had like 32 kills and Oscar had like 10 or something ridiculous. So in the past, it's been like Oscar or bust. He must perform, and then you sometimes still don't win like against SK. So I think very positive that others contributed more here. And I have to say, it seems to be exclusively on the T side, but Chris J has actually really found his niche on the T side. Obviously, they need more time to build the team play on CT side.
But a good performance nevertheless. And are you impressed the fact that we've talked about this as a collective pug team almost? No practice time. No disrespect to the team, but just haven't had time to practice, and Jella's a five-person team. And yet here they are playing maps all over the place that require strategies.
No, I mean, they must be relying somewhat on the teamwork and tactics that they had with the previous team. It's obviously a lot easier if you just fill the remaining roles with your new players or make minor switches. So you're going to be able to execute, say, I mean, 3-4 tactics easily on a map just based on going over them the day of the game before when you're getting ready for it. But obviously they're doing it at a very high level so far. It'll be really fun to see them in the semifinals.
Absolutely. Right, let's bring in Chris J, because I know he's waiting in the player area right now. Chris, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Good stuff. Well done, mate. That was an impressive performance, beating Gambit 2-0 in that.
Thank you.
I mean, when you finish the first map and it's a narrow win, what do you say to the guys?
Well, we were just happy we closed it out. I mean, obviously yesterday, it was just, yesterday against SK, we didn't manage to close out a quite big lead. So we obviously had that in the back of our minds. But we won the game, and after that, maybe we were actually a bit too happy. I mean, we started really bad on train. So.
Yeah, they did start. They started very, very well. How do you come back from a deficit like that on the CT side?
I don't know. We played obviously Gambit played good, but at some point we were just everybody was just doing their own thing. Nobody was playing together anymore. CT side, we kind of gave up, and I was also like, I wasn't even mad or something. I was like, okay, we're just gonna try to have some fun T side, play like we kind of practiced. I mean, we hardly practiced, but we practiced the most.
Right.
So yeah, we're just gonna do our rounds, try not to think about the first half, and yeah, we just started rolling.
Yeah, we've got Thorin and Lerpus alongside. Chance, have you got any questions for Chris?
I wanted to ask about how you're getting accustomed to being the leader of the team. It's obviously a somewhat new role to you, not really in your background. The other thing is you've had to start rifling a lot more ever since you started playing with Oscar. How is balancing those two new role changes coming along, and how much do you have, or how far along do you think you are in the evolution as the leader?
I think I still have a lot to learn. I think I also learned quite a lot in the last few months. I mean, we have a really good coach who's helping me a lot with learning how to lead, learning what to call at which times, and also obviously in timeouts and stuff, he's still helping a lot and helping prepare the game plan so I know what to call when. But I think, yeah, it's starting to work quite well. I mean, the guys are also listening to me. People are also giving a lot of ideas themselves, so it's not like I'm calling the shots for everybody what they need to do or something. But yeah, obviously not opening anymore also hurt me quite a lot stats-wise. I mean, obviously I'm not as comfortable as a rifler as an opper, but I think I'm doing my job in the team most of the time, so that's fine for me.
Combining the SK game and then this series here, the T sides have actually looked pretty good, you know, probably
Boost
better
your
than most people would
CSGO
expect.
skins on
But the CT
onlyboost.com.
sides have repeatedly been kind of like liability or sometimes touch and go.
Yeah.
Normally people would think if you have a lot of skill in a team, you know, you can get some CT rounds just from that, people holding their spot. Is the team play element, is that missing in the team currently since it's so new?
I would certainly say the team play element is missing on many spots. Obviously, Dennis and Lo were really different players than Stico and Sunny, so it was not so easy to just put them in their spots and adjust. I mean, T-side, it's working kinda, but for example, Train, we also played first like our old standard on Train, and we before this tournament totally changed it. Now with Sunny and Team Mid, for example, and it's working better. CT side, we still have a lot to change as well. I mean, obviously, things are not working that well between people. People are not taking initiative, or guys are holding the wrong angles. We had often discussions in the SK game about that, about people expecting something else from the other. So we have a lot of work to do there.
Do you remember in E-League Season 1 when you played against Virtus Pro in the semi-finals? Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Do you remember how they just crushed your team totally flat?
Yes.
And you had no chance? They were really, really good at the time, you know.
Yeah.
What would you think about playing Virtus Pro now?
I would say we have a good chance. I mean, obviously they looked a bit better this tournament again than they did in recent times, but then again it was only 2 maps, so I would say we're not really scared of them that much. Obviously it's VP. I always think they can somehow come up with the skill and strength to win a game, so we're gonna take them really, really serious. But on the other hand, I also think we have good chances to win for sure.
All right, good stuff. We're going to let you go and rest, relax, swim in the
Thank
pool,
you.
do whatever you need to do at the Villa. But congrats on today. Well done, Chris.
Thank you. Bye.
Chris J from Mouse Sports. They are victorious in their match over Gambit, the major champions, of course. Not bad for a team that didn't exist effectively with the 5 players that they've got just a couple of months ago.
Indeed.
I mean,
Do you like the soft touch I have, the bedside manner?
you brought him in gently there, you roped him in,
Yeah.
and then you smacked him on the head. I liked
exactly,
it.
yeah.
It was brutal. I mean, what else do you say about Gambit now? Because that's a... I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, Doug, but I looked at the team list and thought, based on the major and what they did at Malmo, you kind of go, they should be the second best team here.
Sure.
In theory, then,
Sure.
a run to the final is likely.
Yep.
Definitely possible. Who knows, might pick up another title.
I mean, I think it could have happened. Like, I certainly don't... Like, there's nothing alarming to me in this performance. You still have to remember
Sure.
it's the second
Yeah.
run with this Fitch guy.
Yeah.
Actually, he's been fairly good. Maybe not as good as he was in Malmo. That was a bit unrealistic to expect that non-stop. You know, again,
Sure.
we're talking about Robs. He's fairly new to the pro scene himself. He's only really played online in terms of big competition. And then you look at the other members. Adren is still getting used to being an in-game leader. Plus, now teams actually have demos from Malmo to start. So there's a lot of factors here where it's like, I think... If you add this to the Malmo one and then consider between the two, let's say they were sort of like a 5th to 6th type, that's pretty good for a starting off team, you know? It's not a bad start.
No, it's good, isn't it? Final thoughts on that match?
And I mean, it's not like they got blown away by any means. It's
No.
two 14-16s, and they lost to SK 14-16 as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's very tough losses the way they went out here. couple things go differently. Maybe that's the extra week of practice.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got a long way to go from here.
I do love CS for that, though, that because there's only a week between the two tournaments, every fan who's like, right, they've won, time to go crazy on Twitter, it's like, you have a week. So get it in now, get going now. So all the mouse sports fans, you've got a week, so go now. Because
it might only be until tomorrow.
I was going to say,
right.
they haven't gone through the semis yet.
Sure.
There's still Virtus Pro there, so who knows? But they've got a shot at the final.
They certainly do, yeah.
Yeah, and we would never have had them as a shot at the final before day one started.
I think we were an outside team. The problem is,
do you think so?
To me, it's just
I
the fact that
think
they're
so.
so new and I knew they hadn't practiced.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the main
That's
factor.
why.
The lineup,
Yeah.
certainly, they're capable
For
of
sure.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool stuff. We're going to get a bit more on wrapping up today from you both in a moment, but just a quick word for our sponsors as well. Thank you very much for supporting ESG Tour Mykonos. Of course, our main sponsor, Betway. We've also got Steel Series to thank, as well as Twitch, PV Pro, and Need for Speed. Thank you very much for supporting the tournament over the last 2 days, and of course over the next 2 days as well. Let's take a look at the group standings now and show you where we are right now, because we have completed one entire group. We still have one more group to go, of course. We'll show you the schedule right then, but that's not what we wanted. But we'll show you that in just a moment in terms of the group standings, because we do now have 3 teams through to the semi-finals. Of course, 2 went through yesterday, Virtus Pro and SK Gaming, and today Mouse Sports have joined them. We still have one more match, which is a little bit unusual, I know. The format is such that we have 3 best-of-3s today and 3 to go tomorrow. Let's just look ahead to that tomorrow, because we've got that extra one to come. There's the group standings right now, as you can see. SK Gaming through, and Mouse Sports will join them. The other one that we've got tomorrow, of course, is Team Liquid versus Big. That's the first game of the day.
Sure. And obviously, if Team Liquid get through, probably another surprise, because again, people thinking Big, so good earlier in the year, big accomplishments. Team Liquid not really got that many expectations around them anymore, because we've seen the lineup quite a lot and they didn't really live up to expectations. So I think the chances are there, but Big's a pretty good team all in all, in terms of the tactics and the stuff and knowing the maps and stuff. So I think it's an interesting matchup, certainly.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that, and then 2 semi-finals, Tommy, as well.
No, I mean, tomorrow will be. Well, I mean, it only gets better from here, right?
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing Liquid more. I thought the way they beat Big with those couple of those clutches that the Germans threw is kind of iffy. We'll see if they can continue with that. Big looked pretty good in the last 2 maps today. And obviously the semifinals is where we finally really get the tournament going.
Absolutely. Also, just to remind you at home, thank you for tuning in all day long. We know it's been a very long day. Night has sat, of course, here in Mykonos and wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. There is a couple of competitions up and running. We've mentioned the PV Pro ones earlier today. There's also a Steel Series competition going up as well to win a complete gaming set, which promise you want, because if you've seen mine and Thorin's Twitter, you'll already be super jealous from our gaming sets, that's for sure. And you can win one yourself by heading across to steelseries.com/ESG. So
A lot of people who see my Twitter are pretty jealous anyway, to be fair. So
well, because that's just generally you, mate.
I know it is.
They're just jealous of your.
Sometimes
your
I get jealous of myself, you know.
It's the good life.
And the good life, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You know.
And the fact that he survived a helicopter trip. I was going to say crash, and we didn't crash, so that was good.
My life.
It's gone a little far now.
Yeah, no, I think
You're
it's
not
getting
planning
late.
another one, are you?
It's getting late.
It's giving away the game
It's time to close the show.
Is that how we're going to end it? Yeah.
It's how we're going to end it.
And now we'll just crash a helicopter with Thorin.
But it was you that had the nightmares about that.
Yeah.
You genuinely had nightmares about
I'm
it.
glad we cut it down to just the tent crashing on Duncan. The
Yeah.
helicopter would have been a little extreme.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been extreme, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm glad we stopped at the tent. It's been a fun day, and it's been a brilliant day for the Counter-Strike as well. I tell you what, we've been spoilt with some really, really good matches today. But all good things come to an end. Day 2 has come to a close. Day 3 promises more of the same. We've got 2 semi-finals, and our final group game to come tomorrow. But between then and now, of course, some sleep, and of course, a reflection back on a great Day 2. We'll see you tomorrow.
focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best and never hold out. Pick your event. Place your bet. No matter who you are or what you're here for, it's our passion that unites us. Betway, for the love of the game.
Boost your CSGO skins on onlyboost.com. Boost your CSGO skins on HolyBoost.com.